me again for our other discussion this week. Answering, share your compare/contrast artworks and discuss the similarities you have found so far in your personal aesthetic portfolio exploration. What characteristics, themes, and values have you identified as part of your personal aesthetic so far? How are they connected to your lived experiences? So I feel like I've talked about this all kind of repeatedly. I've already like done comparing and contrasting and noticing what's similar between all the artworks I choose. But I decided to go with Under the Birches Evening by Theodore Rousseau, and Flowers in a Glass Vase with a Tulip by Rachel Roush, because that's going to be mine this week. Similarities I noticed between the artworks. Both of them have nature as kind of the central theme. One is landscape, one is flowers, so floral. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking. Both have very like soft color palettes. They use very like muted and gentle colors. There's a lot of attention and detail to both, which I've already kind of identified that I like realistic paintings. Under the Birches is detailed in the trees, and then the tree, and also the evening light. And then Flowers in a Glass Vase with a Tulip is extremely detailed on like each petal and the stems. And they both bring kind of like a sense, like they feel very quiet and still. There doesn't feel like there's a lot of movement in the pictures. Sorry, there was a fruit fly. I keep saying pictures, in the paintings, and it makes me like feel very peaceful and reflective almost. And then for contrasts between the two, the scale and composition is very different. For like I said, one is a landscape painting and there's a lot of depth, and then the one by Rachel Roush is like, it focuses very closely on a small, not object, but small group of flowers. And yeah, they just give kind of different feels, if that makes any sense. The light and the mood are different. Under the Birches is darker, and it's evening, and it's a much like moodier feel, and the sun is setting, whereas Flowers in a Vase with a Glass Vase with a Tulip are much more bright and more delicate, and there's some like highlights on each bloom, but it's not, yeah. And then just kind of the overall energy I get from them. Under the Birches feels more expansive, if that makes any sense. And then the other just feels more intimate, like you're there. And what these similarities tell me about my own personal aesthetic, I've already discussed this a lot. I value calm and I value beauty. I'm drawn to nature. I'm drawn to nature. It's late, guys, sorry. And I like detailed work. And how this connects to my lived experiences, I have a homestead. I love to be outside. I grew up rurally. Nature is everywhere in my daily life, and so art with nature feels very familiar to me. And then my life is kind of chaos. I like it that way. I caused that in my own life, but the art gives me a calm moment, and I think I like that it feels calming to just look at it and take a break from the busy and the loud. And then also finding beauty in small things. I'm big on finding beauty in parts of life that you couldn't normally, and they both focus on the details and taking peaceful moments in my own life and just really appreciating them. So yeah, I think I answered everything. This video was kind of long. Sorry. Thank you.